We have a guest joining us now that is an electric factory. Mm-hmm. He has the Slap Dick podcast. You probably saw him on Last Chance U, seasons 3 and 4, I believe, on Netflix, where he led Independence to a championship.
Yeah! Hell yeah!
Just an old ball coach from Compton. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Brown.
Yeah!
What up? What up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound amazing. How are you?
I'm good, man. Hey, I got a quote of the day for you, man. Can I fuck your show up?
Yes. Yes. Hold on. Yes, absolutely. Please.
Hey, don't be a fucking side chick catching main chick feelings.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Hey, that was, hey, listen, that's worthy of stopping and getting out there. Don't you think? I mean, that is a life perspective mindset that people need to hear out here, Coach.
You know what it is, man? Cats can't stay in their lane.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how you can judge a grown person. Another grown person judging a grown person they've never met blows my fucking mind.
Hold on. So I assume that happened to you after Netflix pretty heavily? Yeah, I assume you...
Yeah, just a tad.
I didn't assume. So for people who maybe don't know you or didn't see you on Last Chance U, JB, if I have a story right, only white dude on the block in Compton where you come from. I self-described social chameleon, can make things happen wherever. Just because you were the only white dude doesn't mean you're not scared of a good, super white conversation if you have to be a part of it. Then your coaching style is one where, it's like you're boys with the team, but you're the guy who has to make the decisions, right? That's like your coaching style?
No doubt. You know what it is? You know what it is? Bill Parcells said it best. If you can't get through the best player on your team, you're never going to be shit. And usually your best player is a shitbird. But my style, to be honest, it's kind of, like you said, man, it's like trying to get, it's getting you where you could not get yourself. And whatever that takes is kind of, you got to do what you got to do, man. And so, people can't stay in their lane and they judge you for shit they've never even understand what you really do. That's like me judging like you and your FanDuel picks. Like, I don't know shit about FanDuel. I don't know shit about picks. Why would I go out and say, oh, Pat McAfee's fucked up, he's the stupidest motherfucker? I get that every day though. So hey, right, Coach, it is what it is. I mean,
you had to know that, right? As soon as Netflix approaches you for that opportunity, and do they come to you? Do they go to the school? How's that whole thing start? And do you know immediately upon you being mic'd up, being with yourself for your entire life, knowing that you're going to be mic'd up, having to coach this group, and they're just going to get all access to everything? At that point, did you know, like, okay, I mean, I don't know if you guys are ready for it, but it's about to be a fucking home run. Did you know immediately there?
They called and I'm in a staff meeting. This is a true story. I'm in a staff meeting with a bunch of young coaches, and I get a call from them producing lady and Chelsea, great lady. And I'm like, she's like, hey, and I didn't watch the first 2 Mississippi shows. I didn't know shit about it. All my assistants, of course, knew. And I didn't watch Netflix, man. When you work, you don't have fucking time to watch TV. I have to try to tell my coaches that shit. I'm like, I don't get to watch fucking TV. I have 25 plus players in the NFL. I didn't watch NFL games on Sunday. Who's your team, coach? I don't have a fucking team. I got 25 kids playing. So I don't watch any team. I grew up a Rams fan, etc. But when she called me, I said, hell no, I don't want shit to do with it. I heard about the show and all that. And I went home and talked to some mentors of mine and and other coaches, big name coaches. And I'm like, they're like, coach, they're like, JB, let me ask you something. The platform you will have, I know you better than you know yourself. You're not gonna. You'd want the platform to help these kids and those young coaches. So
Hero.
I came back the next day and called her and said, I'll do it.
Okay, and it did. By the way, a lot of players got put over in that thing. As soon as they play in any collegiate game or wherever they go, as right. Seen on Last Chance U. So I think what they told you was accurate, but I don't think they told you the whole story. You were the star of that thing.
Yeah, without question.
Netflix was thanking the Lord that Coach JB was on there. I did not watch the first 2 seasons either. As soon as we got to season 3 and season 4 or whatever, the guys were like, hey, need you to watch this fucking guy.
I haven't watched the fucking 3 and 4 either. I haven't watched my own.
Why not? Why not?
I don't know. I can't watch myself. I think I'll cringe or something. the cameras don't bother me. It was the microphones that I knew would fuck me. You know what I mean? I knew the microphones were gonna fuck me, and I didn't care because once I'm a 2 foot in guy, Pat. If I'm in, I'm in. I'm not 1 foot in, 1 foot out like a lot of these fucking soft enabled fucks. So I'm all in or I'm all out, and that's why I calculate. I told a guy on Twitter the other day, not every head coaching job is a fucking good one. So don't just jump in and take it, just whatever comes your way, you slapdick. You know what I mean? Don't just come to take everything. Not all jobs are good ones, just so you're clear, all you young coaches out there. Because I'm just telling you, man, it's people just jump into the first thing. It's like, like they say, man, there's 2 things undefeated, pussy and new pussy.
Hey, man, I mean, tied that whole thing and really put a bow on that there, Coach. I appreciate that. No, you did unbelievable. Actually, one of my favorite motivational clips from you is you are standing in front of the entire team ready for a game, and you go, "It smells like straight pussy out there," and then everybody turned and. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you delivered it great. And by the way, when you do your motivational speeches in there, it does seem as if whatever you were saying is relating very well with the boys. You got the best out of that team in season 3. Now,
not to cut you off, but all these judgmental fucks out here that are super, Twitter fingers and cowards and all this. It's funny. It's Pat McAfee, and he puts his city. He's from Phoenix, Arizona. Motherfucker, no, you're not Pat McAfee, and you're not from Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking your name. So, like, everybody puts these fake ass names, these pseudo names, and they want to talk shit. But in reality, they're fucking buying my book, watching the show, and they're jacking off with their girlfriend. And it's like, that's the people we deal with. You get the same hate, I'm sure. I get it for whatever you do. I'm sure you're much less hated than me.
No. There's people that hate
that's the reality we live in, man. It's crazy.
Well, JB, I think the issue with that is, and people, I mean, probably not to your extent, right? Because you are, in I assume a lot of people's mind. In the football world, by the way, I've seen, I don't want to say you before, but there is a lot of JBs in the football world, okay? There's a lot of coaches in position groups and things like that how JB operates is how they operate. I actually sent a JB highlight reel that we found on YouTube the other day to a couple guys that are currently in the league, and they're like, that's motherfucker, and then they say the coach's name, and then that got spread, by the way, through that building, through another building. It's like, but you were the introduction to that from to a lot of people that didn't know that existed. So I assume a lot of people hated the sacredness of this is coaching and football without knowing what it is really like, for some people.
And Pat, to be honest, if they filmed fucking Nick Saban every day and Dabo Sweeney every day and all these other big name coaches, you would see the same shit. But,
JB,
obviously they don't.
Coach.
Yo.
Let's say you get. Okay, one of them big times. Hey, let's say you get one.
Pat, not to cut you off. I had a fucking dream. It's going to sound weird as fuck. I had a dream about you.
Okay.
No shit. All right, you want to hear this one, America?
Yeah.
I had a dream. Now, I became good friends with Danny Green and Lakers, and when they won it all, they smoked my slapdick cigars and had my whiskey in the bubble.
Let's go.
And so, this is true story. So, me and Danny would talk often, and I said, Danny, you know what you should do? Talk to LeBron and get me the fucking Akron job. Akron is shitty. They haven't won in 2 years. They used to turn down players of mine. I'm like, dude, you guys are 0-20. You should take my fucking water boy. I said, you guys are horrible. And none of my players would even play there. They're too good at it. But anyway, I said, give me the Akron job. So Danny talked to LeBron, and I don't know how far the story went. Danny got traded to the Sixers, obviously, and maybe win another one. But talking about a winner there. But anyway, I had a dream. I became the head coach at Akron, and you were doing field play-by-play for some reason, kind of like the XFL. And we beat Alabama for the Natty at fucking Akron.
Let's go!
And you come down and you whisper something in my ear like, "Man, I knew you could do some shit like this." And I'm like, "Hey, man, I'll only talk to you. I'm not gonna talk to fucking Herb Street and none of these other stuff." So,
hey, in the dream, you had that
dream. In the dream, all this shit happened. You know what I mean? It's crazy because I don't know. We're not going to get into all that.
Keep Fowler the fuck away from me. All right. In your dream, that's hysterical. Okay, so let's talk about that. if you were to get one of those jobs, right? Because now JUCO is where you've really made your name in this entire thing. And by the way, JUCO, pretty big part of the entire collegiate football system. Now, all of us believe it should be changed with the way it's handled and all that shit. But the JUCO is a big deal for guys that can't pass a test, maybe because they had never had to sit through something like that in their entire life, but they have the ability. You go to JUCO, hopefully go to classes, get scores up, then you go to a D1. He has 25 guys in the NFL that have done that. There are hundreds more that have done the same thing that have had to go to.
21% of the NFL is JUCO.
21%? 1 in every 5.
I believe something like that is in the NFL. 21% of the NFL is former JUCO kids.
Yeah, so it's a very vital part of the entire thing. A lot of people know you.
Aaron Rodgers, your guy.
Yeah, Butte, up there at Butte.
Yeah.
This guy.
Cam
Newton as well.
Cam Newton. And Chad Johnson, Steve Smith. I can go on and on and on.
Hey,
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Hey, Cam Newton at that JUCO where he's rapping.
Yeah.
I mean, that is. Go ahead.
Blinn College, yeah.
Yeah, you beat their ass or no?
We didn't play him, but that who they beat? They beat Sims, the coach I went against at Garden City. They beat him when he was at Fort Scott. So he had Jason Pierre-Paul and Levante David, both Super Bowl winners for the Tampa Bay Bucks. They were on that Fort Scott team and could never tackle Cam in that game.
Okay, so let's say you get one of these jobs. All right, let's say you get one of these head coaches at one of the big schools. They have to know about you because your players have gone there. Are you getting on TikTok immediately like Dabo Swinney and hitting the drip? Dabo Swinney's got the drip. He's got the...
Growing up where I grew up, man, gangsters didn't dance, we boogie.
Excuse me. So sorry to interrupt. Hey! Did you know at the age of 30, your testosterone levels start dropping 1% per year? Wow! That means you're gonna get fatter, more tired, and lose the strength that you once had. But no worries, our friends at Roman have the perfect product for you. So you can get back to banging weights, banging humans, and living your best life. $15 off right now. Get Roman.com/USA. Back to the action. Hey!
I can't dance. I would never try. And TikTok is not my shit. I started TikTok for my daughter just to do that deal. And fuck, man, I don't know. I got like 30,000 followers and like, I was like, what the fuck is this TikTok shit? So I haven't been on TikTok basically since. I had a publicist who I fired. He was just one of these enabled fucking soft fucks, man. It's just like coaching, man. Just like making my whiskey, Pat. You know, we blended it 10 times, and the distiller's like, fuck, man, this guy is an asshole. I'm like, you know what? I'm not putting my fucking name on something unless it's better, and I wanted it better than Maker's Mark. I was a Maker's Mark guy, so I said, if it ain't better than Maker's Mark, I don't want to put it out there.
Yeah, out of nowhere, too. Out of nowhere. Hey, just make Maker's Mark's been around 100 years. Yeah. Make this shit better now.
Yeah. Fuck it, man. Why not? Hey, shoot for the stars, land on the moon.
Hey, that's what they say. Miss every shot you don't take. Now, the thought, though, of you getting one of those big gigs, ever going to happen, or you think you think at this point it's impossible?
Never happened, unless Pat McAfee endorses me. You know, this is the thing.
No. They don't want my words.
This is the real story. It's a recyclable business, and it's the same slapdicks getting recycled. And be honest, I'm breaking it down real quick. If you got 2 minutes, I'll show you why.
Nothing but time.
All right. There's how many head coaches deserve $9 million a year? Nick Saban and Dabo Swinney. There's no other coach. Don't even put them close. And we can argue that's too much to me making coaching college kids, even though we know the profession is professional. It's a professional business as a head coach in college. But at the same time, people can argue that's too much, even though they basically build the universities, math labs, computer labs, everything else, right? And everyone wants to bitch about athletics. But anyway, the bottom line is, who the fuck else wins? Nobody. Saban and Dabo. That's fucking it. And Orgeron and I good friends with Ed, and no shot at him. He had the 1 year. You know what I mean? And he had the best quarterback, the best OC, the best talent that year. And I believe that caught up to him, and they're back to being LSU. So what I'm saying is, Saban wins and Dabo wins, and they play each other every fucking year. And Ohio State will sneak in there. And if Urban was still coaching college, I would throw them in there. But there's no other coaches winning. But guess what? They fire Willie Taggart and paid him $18 million to fucking leave. So they paid your boy Malzahn $22 million to leave. Like, these guys, Pat, have PhDs. These are presidents of universities. They have fucking PhDs. I got 3 master's degrees, all right? And I didn't learn one fucking thing in those classes. So it's the biggest waste of ink in the world. And I believe the student loan drama, all that shit is all bullshit. Anyway, that's a whole nother ballgame. So, you can get as many degrees as you want and still prove that you are ignorant, and ignorance is life-threatening. We have PhD people making decisions to pay people $18 million to leave, have to reach out to boosters to fundraise to pay the new fucking coach, who is also a recycled guy from another university he just got fucking fired from for not winning. And now you're going to rehire another guy. It's like, hold on. Let's hire Pat McAfee as the president.
There we go.
Here we go. Pat McAfee is the president of a university. He's going to think outside the box. He's going to go hire a guy, and let's say the head coach. You know what, JB? We'll pay you $500,000 just to make it legit. So I would say $200,000 to be honest.
Don't do that, JB. Don't do that. There's some PhD listening right now. It's like, you know what? You're right. He'll take $1 million.
But pay me $500,000 and give me the staff pool allowance of another Power 5. So give me the staff pool money though. That's equal to all the rest. Let me go hire some staff, and then people I know that are worth it, I'll go hire those guys, and then let me prove my worth. Don't put me on no 3-year deal. Don't pay me out. Put me on a 1-year deal.
Let's see.
Let me show you improvement of culture. Let me show you improvement of academics and character, and then we'll go from there. And I'm not going to say we're going to win it all year 1, but what I'm going to say is these are the things that I'm telling you. This is a 3-year plan for success. Year 1 is this. Year 2 is this. Year 3 is this. Now, if I don't succeed and meet those goals, fire my ass. But you haven't paid and busted the bank. And how PhD people not only hire these same people, but also you reach out and hire firms to hire for you. Like, that is the biggest waste of your PhD. Why do you have a I don't get it. And then you hire these ADs who are scared as a hoe in church to hire a guy outside the box. And we all know it's who you know and who knows you. And it's not what you know.
Hey, that's legitimately the world, JB. And I think with what you just said, there's a lot of people who immediately upon you saying it go, yeah, well, that is 100% right. I assume that happens to you a lot, JB. Hey, guy who's a big fan of yours, who doesn't tweet you enough positive things, because all you're hearing on Twitter is an echo chamber of the negativity, because they're the ones that are most active. You got to remember, you got a lot of people that love you out there. Here's one of them. Ty Schmidt, big fan.
Yeah, huge fan, Coach JB. I've watched seasons 3 and 4, hundreds of times. Listened to the podcast as much as I can. Haven't listened in a couple days. Is there anything you're kind of going in on right now? I mean, I love it because I just sit there and laugh because you just tell it how it is. Is there anything that you've kind of been zeroing in on? Like, all right, this guy needs some comeuppance.
Yeah, I don't know if you've had the guy on your show, but Deshaun Watson's fucking quarterback guru, supposedly Quincy Avery, who's this guy, was on my podcast. By the way, it was the lowest rated fucking podcast I had because it was so fucking bland. It was fake. But anyway, I had this guy on my podcast, and he was only put on my podcast because it was a favor to Jordan Palmer, Carson's younger brother, who runs a legitimate quarterback training camp out here. Yeah.
Guru.
And so anyway, Marcellus Wiley, good friend of mine, obviously, growing up, he had it out with this guy, Quincy Avery, also. And I stayed out of it because I had Quincy on my show, so I was respecting his that he was on my show, and I was like,
professional.
Professional. But anyway,
you're being professional. Yeah,
I was being professional, man. People don't know I can stay in my lane.
Social chameleon.
Yeah, I'm a chameleon, and I understand protocols, and I follow the lead. And just so you guys know, Ty and all you guys over there, just so you're clear, you are great fucking subordinates, and just understand the head coach is only fucking as good as his assistants.
Bingo.
So you guys are making Pat a great show.
Appreciate that.
100%.
Thank you, Coach.
No doubt. But the thing is, I tell this guy, Luke Skywalker, everybody knows who Luke is. All right. 2 Live Crew Luke.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
he's coaching out, and he's been coaching youth kind of like Snoop Dogg did. And he tweeted out a tweet, and it said, any coaches at the 4-year level that offer your kids without you knowing, meaning the head coach of the current kid, is unethical. And Quincy Avery responded by saying something like, "You sound silly." That's what he told me too, because I responded saying, "You're 1,000% correct." And so I went in on my show talking about it, and I wouldn't let you in my office if a kid of mine was offered by an assistant without me knowing prior to. And I actually have kicked out head coaches at the Power 5 level out of my office. I had a guy, Luke Meadow, was the head coach at Ole Miss at the time, sitting in my office. He comes in my office, sits down in my chair across from my desk, puts his feet up, and luckily this was the professional Jay, because I would have slapped his fucking foot off the desk. I would have slapped it. But I said, you know what? He was with a buddy of mine who was his OC. I go, what's up? What do you need? "Oh, coach, I just wanted to come in and talk to you about Malik Henry." I said, "Really?" I said, "He robbed fucking McDonald's last night. You didn't know?" He's like, jaw dropping. And I go, "But you already offered him, right?" "Oh, yeah, we had him on a visit." "Really?" He robbed McDonald's last night. Good luck." And I walked out my office. And them motherfuckers just sit there and look at you. And so I'm like, and so I came back and about a week later, I wrote him a letter. And I said, you know, at what point did we become so, unprofessional and inconsiderate because of the social media world? At what point did we stop, using professionalism and common courtesy to let coaches know that they're interested in their kid? Because I might have the deeper story to tell you about this motherfucker you're going to give $100,000 scholarship to. So I don't know if that's not unethical, then I don't know what the fuck is. But I'm just a slap.
He robbed the McDonald's. And then you walking out, by the way, you had to feel, oh my God. Hey, walking out of that room.
I told a lot of people that. A lot of coaches did that shit. I used to tell all kind of big time coaches that shit. I'm like, don't come in my fucking office again and recruit a kid if you can't have the common courtesy to let me know you're recruiting him, because I might text you back and say, this motherfucker has 4 Fs, motherfucker. like, wouldn't you want to know that shit?
Hey, hold on, JB.
Yep.
To your point there, though, Urban Meyer said whenever free agency happened here for the NFL, he was like, I don't get a chance to meet these guys. I'm signing. Like, Urban Meyer was like, I want to meet everybody that I'm signing. He said, it's much different than how I do business. The NFL's doing things a lot different. And we kind of shit on him almost. We were like, hey, Urban, we get it. Okay, that's fantasy land. But, like, this is not how the NFL operates, you know? And to your point, it feels like that's like a big code almost amongst coaches. Is that what you're saying there?
Well, it used to be, but apparently now it's not. And so now it's, you know what I found out talking to like Sark and good friends of mine, Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss, and different guys. You know what it is? It's Twitter. It's the fastest one to Twitter gets the kid. And that's the Power Five's coach's answer to me. Coach, we got to offer this motherfucker, man, because he's being offered on Twitter. And so we got to catch up. And I'm just like, but dude, I would never do it. If I was the head coach at wherever, Power Five, give me a school, and I'm the head coach, I'm going to still get you. I don't got to fucking you're at LSU, bro. Why the fuck do you need to tweak this kid with Akron? Who gives a fuck? If you can't beat Akron out on this kid because he tweeted him first, you're fucked.
Diggs, what do you have?
Coach, I have your book here, and I have a quote highlighted. I just want to read it to you and ask a question. As a coach, you want to save the slapdicks and even a few fucksticks, but I've learned over time that shitbirds can't be saved. So it goes slapdicks and then fucksticks and then shitbirds can't be saved.
Far down there, though, right? Shitbird's far down there, right? It's like slapdick, fuckstick, and then there is a
Yep. There's a chapter in there titled "Fuckstick, Shitbird, and Slapdick." So, hey, I just so you know, I got Slapdick trademarked and registered.
Let's go. We saw that. We saw that on Instagram. We're proud of you.
So, so I just sued your whole crew there. So look, slapdicks. Slapdick is a kid. We all slapdicks. We all are fuck ups, and we do slapdickish shit. And but we got good natured, good heart. We mean well at the end of the day. We're just, we just do fucking slapdick things. Fuckstick is when you transferring from slapdick, and just before you create an equal as shitbird, you're in this gray area where we can reel you back in and become a slapdick again. But once you turn that and go over that hill and you're a shitbird, there's no coming back. 'Cause, I mean, at that point, you're basically, you've told everybody to fuck you. It's my way or the highway, and I'm going to do it my way. And you see, how many shitbirds really last out there. And too bad, a lot of the best players I've ever coached that you never hear of were shitbirds. And I tried, but you learn real quick. You can't save them all. Try to save one, can't save them all. You'll spread yourself too thin. I try to tell you young coaches that.
Hey, JB, you're fucking electric, dude. We got to get out of here. We got a break coming up. Need to do this again. Keep in touch. You're the best, dude.
Anytime, brother. I appreciate you guys.
Hey, what's your socials?
The Real Coach _JB on Twitter and Instagram. And then my YouTube is, I believe, just Coach Jason Brown or something. Shit, I don't even fucking know.
Hey, what's your TikTok?
I think it's The Real Coach JB. Or The Real Coach _JB. Fuck, I don't.
All right, we appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, slapdickbullies.com.
Oh, there you go, slapdickbullies.com.
I got one left. Motherfucker's a stud, man.
Jason Brown.
I want to congratulate you for getting married, man. I texted you. You didn't fucking text me back, but it's all good. Hey, congratulations, man. And also, I saw your dog being sick, so I was going to shoot you a bully, man, because I was like, if something happens,
We'll be back hour 2 on the other side. Okay, we hit it. All right, hey, listen, we're still live on YouTube right now. We're not live on Sirius. Let's talk about those dogs. We got 6 minutes here before we get back on Sirius. We're still live on YouTube, though. Okay, we're still very live on YouTube. We've had to tell people that. We told people that in the past, and they have immediately exposed themselves. It's like, whoa. They'll be like, oh, I heard that from fucking. Anyways, the bullies. You got some good-looking dogs over there. I got a whole zoo, so I don't need one right now. But you got good look. How'd you get into that?
Man, I've raised bullies for my whole life, man. I've had them growing up, and shit, man. Growing up in Compton, that's what you had. This is how you know. They weren't fucking bullies back then. They were called pit bulls.
Yep.
And what happened was we became so fucking soft as society, we added a fucking name to the fucking dog breed called American Bully. Like, get the fuck out of here. It's a pit bull. So anyway, it's American Bully now, so you can have them in certain places like fucking Odessa, Texas, and fucking, Kansas somewhere.
Apartments, too. Some apartment buildings.
Yeah. So they're American Bullies. But just so you know, if you train them wrong, they'll rip your fucking face off just like a pit bull. But they are pit bulls. Fucking dumbasses. But anyway, yeah, so Stogie, just so you know, who's world famous now, by the way, this motherfucker, I don't know if anyone knows this, but I'm letting the world know because, Pat, I love you to death for this.
I appreciate that.
This motherfucker I had to put as my fucking service dog. So Stogie was my service dog because that's the only way he was legal in Kansas.
Really?
Allowed to be in my office. And then when Netflix came and he tried to rip the face off the filmer, I had to leave him at the house. So basically, he's my service dog. So imagine me walking this crazy fuck through the airport. And
well, that's the thing. I think immediately upon seeing Stogie, I think anybody who is potentially a judge on it, if it's a service dog or not, would be like, oh yeah, that dog.
Come on up, pet him.
And he punks you out too. He punks your ass out.
Oh fuck, dude. He one of my good friends, man. This is a true story. He fucks him every time he walks in my house. And so my friend just says, you know what? Fuck it. Go ahead and finish now. Just finish. Can't get him off me.
Coach, you talked about how you have 25 players in the league. Rakeem Boyd was just drafted to the Lions. Do you have any thoughts on head coach Dan Campbell, Motor City Dan Campbell and the Lions?
Man, I saw his show with Pat. I like what he does. I just think that him and the Urban Meyers and these other guys, I think the NFL has become so dependent on social media, instant gratification, these players making more money than the coach. That shit ain't going to work no more, in my opinion. I just don't think that motivational tactic is going to work. The kids and the players to see through bullshit. And, we call them dumb and all this shit, but you know what they're not? They're not stupid. And they'll see right through you in a heartbeat. And if they don't see you, if they want to, real recognizes real, man. They want to see genuine shit. And, when you can relate, cry with the kid or the player or the man, whatever, and hug on them and love on them at the same time. And, like Bruce Arians says, coach them hard, love them harder. I've been doing that my whole life, man. That's why you've never seen a fucking kid bash me on social media, even though you've seen the 96-year-old fucking blue hair in Kansas talk shit, you ain't gonna see fucking my players talk shit, right? There's a reason, like fuck. But judge me because you saw me on 8 hours of fucking show. Just so you know, they filmed me for 3,500 hours. 3,500 hours, and they showed 16 hours of me. Like,
Hey, think about the editor though.
Oh man.
Oh my God, that editor.
The gold.
Oh, what got left on the editor's room floor?
oh man, unless Netflix better start fucking breaking some bread because they didn't pay me a dime, and I think they fucking tarnished my name, obviously. I'm gonna send out a fucking I'm gonna send out a thing from my lawyer saying I want the unedited fucking cuts of all this shit.
That hasn't aired. That hasn't aired because they don't own it yet because they haven't put it. They own it technically, but they haven't profited off of it yet.
Yeah.
So there has to be some sort of negotiation.
Yeah.
I assume you're gonna have to pay them.
Me, I was just a coach. I didn't know the business, but they should have put my ass as an executive producer on the fucking credits, and I'd be getting paid from the most watched show in their fucking history of besides fucking Tiger King or fucking Jordan show. I think we were at one point the highest watched show, and motherfucker, I'm struggling to pay rent.
No. Hey, well, we're going to change that.
Mortgage. It's a big difference. Mortgage and rent's a big fucking difference.
Yeah, hey, don't be somebody that leases something. Be something that owns something, JB. All right, I'll talk to you here in I got to go live. I'm live in 1 minute.
All right, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Jason Brown. What a legend, dude. Oh, we don't have time to piss. We got to have him on the show more.
Yeah.
Bro, he's ready.
He is electric.
Man, I love that guy. So I don't watch people, just like he said, by the way, and it's not because I'm working, it's just because I start to watch, I might get bored, I'm out. All right, so I don't really watch much. Whenever I was told, hey, gotta watch this guy, as soon as I watched it, I was like, man, I've had 4 or 5 coaches exactly like this. Maybe not dialed up all the way to this stuff. It is hysterical to listen to him speak.
It really, we watched that entire 10-minute highlight video on Saturday.
On his phone.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen at all. 30 seconds, loses interest. Go check him out, obviously. And Slapdick Podcast. Hour 2 is on immediately other side of in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.